So welcome to this essential oil question and answer period. My name is Jessie. I'm an aromatherapist by training, and I create content, so no nonsense, authentic, and minimally biased essential oil content. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I don't believe that people should have to formally study aromatherapy in order to have access to basic essential oil information. So I'm doing this question and answer live. This might be something I'll do on a weekly basis, depends if people like it or not. So if you're here, feel free to say hi, where you're tuning in from, as well as feel free to ask any questions. So I'm going to put a little banner down here that if you want to ask questions, feel free to ask questions. And I'm going to start off with the questions that I've already got and received. So the one I got on my Instagram, because I asked people, do they have questions? So I have questions ready, and that is, what are some essential oil recommendations for seasons of pollen? So the time in the year where you get a little stuffy, you really want to clear your sinuses and your airways. For me, something that I found that really helps, because I deal with that, is there's this lymphatic drainage massage that you can do. I know this isn't oily related, but there's this lymphatic drainage massage. I've actually linked it down below. So if you're watching the replay, go down the description. It's the lymphatic drainage massage by Dr. Mark Lynch. You do it a few times a day for a bit, and you'll realize that it just really cuts down. And I also personally use an aromatherapy inhaler. So if you don't know what aromatherapy inhaler is, I've done a whole playlist on it. What are aromatherapy inhalers? Like, you make it with me and whatnot. So I use an aromatherapy inhaler. My go-to recipe is equal parts of lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Keep in mind that peppermint is not safe for certain children of certain ages. So under 6, not that in like direct inhalation like this would be great for younger kids, but just want to say that. So I think it's about 5 drops of each, give or take, and then I put it on the cotton wig, and then I can breathe it throughout the day when I want. But the lymphatic drainage massages that I've been practicing with it really enhances it. It's amazing. So also, if you want to know different recipes, different oils that can be helpful, I do have a pollen support pin story on my Instagram. So if you go on my Instagram, there's like these little circles underneath my name, and there's different pin stories that I've saved that you go to pollen support, and I have like a bunch of inhaler recipes. So if you don't like peppermint, lavender, and lemon, which I'm not a huge fan of the smell, there's other ones that you can do. So here we go. Next, I'm gonna have my next question here. Next one is, I haven't personally been asked this today, but I see it all the time, and people say, do you have any safe essential oil brand recommendations? And there's 2 things that I kind of want to demystify about this, because this can mean 2 different things. Are you talking about you want an essential oil brand that teaches safe practices, or you want an essential oil brand that is safe and their essential oils are safe? So I'm going to first go over the essential oils that teach safe practices. So unfortunately, there's a lot of big players and big essential oil companies in the game that teach a lot of unsafe practices in terms of aromatherapy, that most aromatherapists will say, no, never do what they're teaching, because there's a lot of questionable practices that we're like, it's either unsafe, questionable, or dangerous. Of course, not everything is, but just be careful when you're looking at different essential oil companies and what they tell you to do. So if you're looking for essential oil brands that teach safe information, I know one that I really, really like is Plant Therapy. Plant Therapy is run by a aromatherapist. I do have a shop link always in my video description, just because I have partnered with them. So you can use my link and get $10 off your first purchase, or I might have some other codes down below. And they have a really fun and really informational blog. So you can go Plant Therapy blog. Even if you Google it, you look up like essential oils in pregnancy, Plant Therapy blog, you'll see like different blog posts that are all about essential oil safety. So that's a company that I really, really trust in terms of safety, in terms of giving safety information. And if you have kids and you're like, I'm not really sure which essential oils are safe for kids, which ones aren't, they partnered up with Robert Tistram. So he's a world leading expert in aromatherapy, and he actually goes through the essential oils and says, this one's safe for kids, this one's not. So they have a little logo that says kids safe on all the essential oils that are considered to be safe for kids. Of course, dilute them, use them safely, but they do have that system set up. So it takes like the guessing out of everything. So in terms of like that, I really love plant therapy. In terms of which essential oil brand has safe oils, this is something that a lot of people don't seem to know, because I know there's a lot of misinformation out there. So there's no such thing as an essential oil brand that has essential oils that are safe for everyone. And of course, you want to avoid fake essential oils because you're going to get irritation and like problems with that. It's not going to be beneficial. Make sure you're using real essential oils. But even among the real essential oils, each essential oil has its own chemistry. Okay, I know people are like, oh, it must be fake if it's chemicals. No, these are naturally occurring chemicals. Each essential oil has its own chemistry, which gives it its amazing properties to be helpful, right? So there might be chemical components that are anti-inflammatory, anti-spasmodic, a sedative, right? So if you want to like relax and sleep. But these chemical constituents, some of them have different safety risks attached to them. So there are no essential oil brands that have all their essential oils that are safe for everyone, unless they only have like a limited few essential oils that it's actually safe for everyone. So it's always important, I say, whenever you get an essential oil, it's not a bad idea to do the safety research on the essential oil you're using and see if it's safe for you, is it not? What are the safety recommendations around it? So I'm hoping that clears it up for anyone who might have those questions. And of course, if you're watching, I know there's some people feel free to ask a question. The next one is, I got this on Instagram. I can't remember who asked this, so I hope they watch this, but are the benefits the same for 2 essential oils that are co-distilled and essential oils that are blended together? So I'm going to break this down for people who may not understand what this means. So let's say you have like a lavender essential oil and a peppermint essential oil. So they're saying if you mix the lavender and peppermint essential oil together, would it have the same effects as if you like distill the plant material? So when you're creating essential oils, one way is to distill it. So you'd get the plant material, and one way is like steam distillation, where you'd have the steam coming up underneath and pushing the aromatic, the essence is outside of the oils, and then it comes down to be nice concentrated essential oils on the other side as it cools down. So although I've never really looked into this, with thinking logically about it, I would say it probably depends. What I mean by this is that there's so many factors with this, in the sense that let's say you have an essential oil, a 10 ml bottle of an essential oil that is, I don't know, 60% linalool, which is like a chemical constituent, because the chemical constituents what makes it have the properties it does. So 60%, and then you have another 10 ml of something else. So if you mix it all together, if this is the only one with linalool in it, it's going to have 30% linalool because you're putting it all together. Whereas if you mix like a 20 ml, I don't know, 20 ml of the one with the linalool versus one that has 10 ml, no linalool in it. I mean, I don't know if that's, yeah, I'm just trying to make a point and put it together. It's going to be different even if you blend 2 essential oils together. Okay, so think about that. That could be different depending on how many essential oils you're mixing together with another essential oil. And then go over to the distillation part. When you're distilling essential oil, different essential oils have different yields, meaning that there are some essential oils, when you put the plant material in, it's only going to yield 2% or, less than 1% of the essential oil. So it's like if you calculate it right, I think it might be possible to possibly have the same the same benefits and the same properties. But like I said, if one has like a really high yield and one of them has a very little yield, and you put equal parts of the plant, it's not going to come out the same as having the essential oil equal amounts and putting them together. So I think there's a lot of factors that play into it, but that's all I can really say about that. But just food for thought. All right, if anyone has any questions, let me know. If not, that is the last question. And of course, I'll have links down below to anything I've kind of mentioned. And yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely day. If you want to have more of these lives, let me know, and bye.